everybody, Scene here, and welcome to another little, news video thing. I'm gonna be honest here, there's absolutely not enough news for me to cover things that I am interested in order to make this video, but I don't care because, Shikimaru! They're making Shikimaru! I am ecstatic. I am absolutely fucking ecstatic. This is my most anticipated figure right now. Literally above everything else is my most anticipated figure of any figure that is coming out, upcoming. This is my most anticipated figure, bar none, period. Because Shikimaru is one of my favorite characters in all of Naruto, and I was really worried that they weren't gonna make him for some reason. Even though he's easily one of the best characters in the show, in my opinion, I was so worried that they weren't gonna make him and they were gonna just keep doing, I don't know. I mean, I would be totally cool with literally any Naruto characters ever. If you guys haven't caught on by now, Naruto became my favorite thing ever. Literally. It's so weird. I know you guys are like, DK, all you did was shit on it the entire time you were watching it. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing ever. I did that. The whole time I was watching it, I was had all these little tiny flaws that I was picking out and I was complaining about on YouTube. But then when I finished it, I just went back and was like, that was a fucking masterpiece. What on earth was I even talking about back then? I mean, yeah, the pacing's terrible, but the story is absolutely immaculate from beginning to end. If it were to get a remake, a modern day reanimation, I honestly think Naruto could possibly be the greatest anime of all time. It's already up there on my list personally, because honestly, I just think it was. Yeah, I thought it was immaculate. I have no idea why on earth I was so convinced that it was like that. I hated it on the first watch, because I look back on it, I was like, oh, the Land of Waves arc sucks. And then I look back on it and I'm like, oh no, that was fucking peak. Sasuke retrieval arc sucked. No, that was peak as well. I don't know, man. It was the weirdest thing, but literally ever since I have finished Naruto, I have been completely head over heels obsessed with it. I love it. It's one of my absolute favorite things ever right now. If not my favorite thing ever right now, I adore it. I'm even reading Boruto right now, and personally, I am loving it. Honestly, I'm absolutely loving it. I started with the anime. I wasn't really I thought it was good, but the animation was just so low quality, and the constant jumping to filler. I was like, you know what? Let me go try the manga. And the manga is literally completely different from the anime, and it's so much better. I am really enjoying reading Boruto right now. So yeah, I just absolutely love this series. And again, Shikimaru is one of my favorite characters in the entire series. I absolutely love him. I honestly think Shikimaru may be one of the best characters in all of anime. He just steals the fucking show every single time he shows up. In Boruto, there is his son, Shikidai, is one of the best characters in the show, but he is literally just Shikimaru in literally every way. He has the same look, the same jutsu, the same personality. He does the exact same things as Shikimaru. So you're easily one of the best characters in the show, but you're literally just a carbon copy of your dad. And I mean, obviously, on one hand, you're well, you're totally unoriginal, but on the other hand, you're one of the most entertaining characters of the show, because you're literally just a carbon copy of your dad, who is one of the best characters in all of anime. So yeah, Shikimaru is the GOAT. He is one of my favorite characters, and I cannot fucking wait for this. I think it's going to be just an absolute peak action figure, and the fact that this is continuing the Naruto line is amazing. They've certainly slowed down on it, but I'm ecstatic for any reveal now. And I really hope they'll give us Guy Sensei, because I feel like once we get Guy Sensei, now that we've Shikimaru, I feel like once we get Guy Sensei, honestly, I think the display will look complete. There's my display right there. I know it's absolutely glorious. You can see most of it. I'll just put a picture of it on screen right now so you can see, so you can get a look at it in all of its glory. I feel like once we add Shikimaru and Guy Sensei to that display, I think it's going to look complete. Now, I'm not saying I don't want any more characters. I want literally everybody. I want literally every single character that has ever been in Naruto. Literally every single one. So yeah, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that once we get Guy Sensei and Shikimaru, I feel like the shelf will actually look complete in some way. But they definitely don't need to not stop after that. I absolutely want Sai, I want Ino, I want Killer Bee, I want Gaara. I definitely want the rest of the Akatsuki members, of course. I really want Kisame. Other villains, I want Danzo, I want a new Madara. I even want some Boruto characters. I really like Mitsuki and I really like Sarada, so it'd be really cool if we got them. And some adult versions as well. Konohamaru adult. Oh, Konohamaru is a kid as well. Konohamaru is one of my favorite characters. I would love a Konohamaru. Yeah, man. The sky is the limit with the Naruto line, man. They just keep going, oh, Kawaki as well. They absolutely need to make a Kawaki as well. Especially, I'm sure you can see him. I picked up the old Boruto SH Figuarts. I love him. I love him. I don't know if I'm going to review him because I feel like I know that so many people hate on Boruto endlessly, so I feel like if I review him, I'm just gonna be like opening myself up to people being like, no, fuck you, fuck Boruto. But I love him so much, and I really do want to review him, so I think I might. I know you guys probably don't care about him, but I absolutely love him, and I want to share him with you guys. He's wonderful. He's absolutely wonderful, man. He's basically a 2.0 figure, honestly. Even though he's a 1.0 figure, aside from like a few minor little lesser joints, like he only has like 90-degree elbows. Aside from like a few things, he's totally a 2.0 figure. His quality even feels a little bit higher than the 2.0 figures. I'm not even kidding. His quality actually does feel a little bit higher. I love him. I can't say it loud enough. If I don't end up reviewing him, just know he's a 10 out of 10 in my eyes. In my eyes, he's a 10 out of 10. Objectively though, I'd say he's like a 8 out of 10, but in my heart, he's a 10 out of 10. Absolutely. But before we go, since I have, I know that's absolutely the big news right there is SH Figuarts Shikimaru. But since we're making this video and I don't really have all that much news to talk about, let's also talk a little bit about my boy Hoshina. Yes, they have announced Hoshina, and honestly, I know you all were like, well, of course they have. But I was honestly getting worried there. I was actually being like, oh, they might call it quits for now. They'll probably make him once the next season comes out, but I think we're gonna have to wait a while. But nope, they got him. And honestly, I would feel pretty confident saying that I bet you they were actually ready to hang it up for now and maybe come back with the next season with that new captain that they teased or something like that, and then give us Hoshina finally. But I bet you they saw like the second half of season 1 and we're like, oh no, we gotta make this guy. We gotta make this guy. Add one more. Call him up, say we're gonna make one more. Very, very, very exciting that we are getting Hoshina. Yeah, he's my favorite character in the show. I know he's like almost everybody's favorite character in the show. Like literally every single video I've seen talking about them, like, this is my favorite character in the show. And I'm like, I can't blame you, man. Yeah, Hoshina's fucking awesome, and I am just absolutely ecstatic to add him to my collection right there. You can see all my Kaiju No.8 figures right there. I love that line so much. You guys know that. Surely you've watched those reviews. Those were very, very, very well received, which thank you so much for that, by the way. Thank you so much for supporting those Kaiju No.8 reviews. I'm really happy those did well because I really did. I fucked with that series, man. I really, really liked it. Got all my friends at work to watch it as well. They all loved it as well. Yeah, man, that was a banger, man. That was a banger, and I'm happy you guys enjoyed those videos as well. Sad that we won't be able to make any more for quite a while, but still very, very exciting that that did so well. So yeah. But yeah, Hoshina, I mean, he looks amazing. I mean, yeah, he kind of just looks like Reno with a new head, but honestly, I'm fine with that. It's either that or not getting him at all. I would absolutely take that. Hopefully they resculpted him a little bit. They definitely didn't change the torso. We're stuck with that torso, it looks like, which means it's going to be on Shinomiya as well. Very, very unfortunate that they can't get that torso movement right. I'll be honest, since I've been playing with them a lot lately, I have been missing that torso articulation quite a bit. Really wish they could get a little bit more torso movement. It would allow them to get a lot more awesome, like, aerial poses, like having Reno in the air with, like, his legs fucking up and, like, doing, like, almost like a back barrel roll or some shit. Would be very, very cool to be able to get him in that, but unfortunately you just can't do it because of that torso articulation. So it's really unfortunate that that it doesn't seem like they have any interest in fixing that. Although I'm not as pissed about it as some other people. I really think people gave that a little bit more shit than it deserved, because, like, I think those figures are awesome, man. I think they're plastic quality, the rest of their articulation, the accessories, I think across the board they're just freaking amazing. The only problem is just that torso movement right there. So yeah, Hoshina will likely have it as well, and so will Shinomiya probably as well. But if it's either they have that or we don't get them, I will absolutely take it. I will absolutely take it. I really, really like these characters, and I really like these figures. They're so much fun to play with. So I'm so happy that we are getting Hoshina. Really, really, really happy. And is there literally anything else to talk about? I don't think there is. I know there was some new One Piece stuff. I know Shanks got announced. I am not into One Piece. I've tried so hard to get into it, man. I've literally been stuck on the Sanji arc, the arc where they find the restaurant floating in the sea. I've been stuck on that arc for like 4 months. Every now and then I've tried and gone back to it and be like, let me give it another chance. And I don't want to like talk shit on it because the same thing happened with Naruto and I loved Naruto. But man, I can't get into it. I can't get into the characters, man. I honestly find a lot of them really annoying. And yes, the pacing's terrible. And I looked ahead. I think I have like 10 more episodes of that arc left. I don't like the villain, man. I don't know, man. I just can't get into One Piece, man. I can't do it. It's so hard. I got a friend at work who's he's watching One Piece and he's telling me he's on like episode like 300 and he's like, I'm still not really into it though. Like I still don't love it. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever get into One Piece. I will admit I like this character's design. I like Shanks' design. Didn't really like him from what I've seen in the show, but yeah, man, I just don't think One Piece is for me. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry if that offends anybody out there. But yeah, I'm not gonna be the guy you go to for One Piece stuff. But it's really cool that you guys are getting this character because I think he is a pretty major character. So it's really good that you're getting this. You guys are getting a big freaking display for this One Piece line, man. You're getting a lot of people, man. So that's very, very exciting. I hope we can get that with Black Clover someday. And let's see, what else? Was there anything else? I think there was a Rebel Tech Saitama announced. I haven't watched One Punch Man. I'm sorry, I haven't. I haven't gotten a chance to. I haven't gotten around to it yet. I've heard it's great, but yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to check that one out yet. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that one. Is there anything else? I really just made this video talking about Shikimaru and Hoshina, so yeah, I just kind of threw those other ones in. I mean, obviously there's Dragon Ball stuff. There's literally always Dragon Ball stuff, but I'm not into Dragon Ball. Hey guys, Diga here, splicing in another little video here from the future because I realized I completely forgot to talk about the SH Figuarts My Hero Academia figures, and I thought for sure I could go ahead and splice that in here to make the video feel a little bit more worthy because I know a lot of you guys are really excited about those figures. But kicking off my thoughts here, the reason I forgot about those is because I just don't care that much about My Hero Academia in general. I do like it, don't get me wrong, I do like My Hero Academia. I am a fan of My Hero Academia. And I do think it gets way more hate than it deserves. I really don't think it deserves that much hate. For normies, My Hero Academia is a perfectly good show. It's a very enjoyable anime. It really is. Like, you people say it has horrible writing issues and the characters are one-dimensional and boring. And I do agree with some of those. I do, because I have watched a lot of anime, and I do think that My Hero Academia does have a few flaws. But to a normie, My Hero Academia might be like the best thing ever, honestly. My Hero Academia is a good show, and I really think it gets a lot more hate than it deserves. Now, with that being said, my opinion on these SH Figuarts My Hero Academia figures, they're very, very cool. They look very, very, very good, and I'm absolutely getting these. I'm absolutely replacing my Amazing Yamaguchis with these. I like these outfits better. I'm sure they'll be more fun to pose because the Amazing Yamaguchi figures, they're peak now. They were not peak when they first started. The first like 4 or so are heavily flawed. Deku, Bakugo, Todoroki to some extent, although I think he is pretty darn good. And I still haven't gotten All Might, and I probably never will because I just don't care about All Might at all. But yeah, those were actually not like the best figures ever. They were fine. They were perfectly acceptable figures, but the Amazing Yamaguchi figures got peak with Endeavor. Endeavor was the beginning of the peak. Because after Endeavor, we got Hawks, who was great. Not as good as Endeavor, but he was great. And then we got Aizawa and Kirishima. And in my opinion, those are the best figures of the line so far. And they're gonna and I think it's almost 100% guaranteed that Dabi and Uraraka will also be dethroning those characters as well. Because I think those figures are going to be incredible. I think we actually just got some pictures of Toga as well. So I haven't looked at those yet. But yeah, very, very cool. And I'll be honest, I don't think SH Figuarts is going to reach the same levels as the Amazing Yamaguchis. Not in both ways. I don't think they're going to be as good as the later ones. The first ones, absolutely. This Deku and the Bakugo are going to destroy the Amazing Yamaguchis. Because the Amazing Yamaguchis for Deku and Bakugo are not that good. They kind of fall apart. They don't like to stand up very well. They're not very fun to pose around. Yeah, they're honestly kind of mediocre. The good Amazing Yamaguchi figures are the later ones. Aizawa, Kirishima, Endeavor, those are the peaks right there, and Dabi is absolutely going to be one of them. I can literally tell you, Dabi is going to be a peak fucking figure, man. But yes, these SHFs, they're gonna beat the My Hero ones. But I don't think if they make an Uraraka or a Dabi, I don't think they're gonna beat the Amazing Yamaguchi ones. The Amazing Yamaguchi ones are they're expensive and they're very well made. Their plastic quality is amazing. Like, I have crowed about how amazing the plastic quality is on the Naruto figures. But if I pick up Kirishima here and Minato here, this feels nicer. This is an amazing figure with amazing plastic quality, but this feels nicer, 100%. And that's because it's more expensive. It takes a lot more to make one of these than it does the Naruto figures. Now, I do like the Naruto figures better, but that's neither here nor there. These are nicer feeling figures. Their articulation, there's absolutely, look at this. There's not one thing on this figure that is even remotely loose whatsoever. Literally nothing. It is solid as a rock. Fitting for Kirishima. But yeah, man, these figures are peak. There's no way SHF is going to touch these if they make a Kirishima or something like that. That being said, their Deku and their Bakugo will probably be quite good. And I will be getting them. And I will be reviewing them. Now, talking about these figures a little bit, the accessories for Deku were revealed. I like them, but where's the masthead sculpt? Really? Like, really, bro? You're gonna make this costume and you're gonna have the balls, the cojones, to not make a masthead? Are you serious? I mean, I don't like that arc personally. I did not like the Dark Hero arc at all. I thought it was incredibly, like, honestly, kind of cringy, honestly. I honestly thought it was kind of cringy, like, straight up. Like, fucking All For One coming out of the prison and being like, I will be the Demon Lord. And then Deku, like, acted like he's the edgiest kid in the world. I did not fuck with it, man. I did not like it. The Nagant part was pretty cool. Lady Nagant was pretty cool. But yeah, I didn't fuck with them with the Dark Hero arc personally. So yeah, I don't really care that much about not getting the masked head sculpt, but I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed in that. And I still would have liked it. I still would have liked it to try it and do some poses with it and have some fun with it. Because it is a pretty cool design. I do like Deku's mask design. I wish he did wear it more. So yeah, actually, you know what? I take all that back. I wish that they had included the masked head sculpt, really. They did, however, include this really cool head sculpt where he's got these crazy eye effects and he's got Black Whip, I think, coming out. Or is it Black Whip? I don't fucking know, man. He's got a Black Whip hand or some shit. I don't like Deku, so I don't. As much as I do like My Hero Academia, and I do think it is a good show that gets way more hate than it deserves, I will honestly say that it is not because of Deku. I don't like Deku. Now that I have seen good shonen protagonists like Asta and Naruto, Deku may be the worst shonen protagonist I have ever seen. He is incredibly boring. I'm sorry if that offends you. I do like My Hero Academia, but Deku is not the reason why. I don't like Deku, man. Maybe they'll change. I've heard some good things about some recent My Hero Academia stuff, so I don't know. I'm excited to check out Season 7 of My Hero Academia. I haven't done it yet, obviously. But yeah, I'm getting off topic here. These figures look good. You know what? Let's just leave it at that. They look good. I'm going to get them. I'm going to review them. They're going to be really, really cool, I'm sure. SH Figuarts quality is phenomenal. But everything I just said earlier about the Amazing Yamaguchis, I do stand by that. I do think that they will not be as good as the later Amazing Yamaguchi ones. They'll definitely be better than the first ones, but the later ones, absolutely not. Not a chance in hell. But yeah, so there you go. Those are my thoughts on the My Hero Academia SH Figuarts as well. Now, before I leave, is there anything else I am forgetting? I think this time we're actually good. I think we are. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for watching. And this is DA Guillotine.